right, cheers. I hope everybody's doing all right out there. All right, so what are you drinking, or what did you just finish there, Mark?
Oh, that was a little bit of Andalusia, the
Andalusia.
four-year bonded that it just came out a few months ago.
All
Quite
right.
tasty.
Well, I did get the entries posted from last week for this next quarter. Did make sure March 2nd is the next drawing. So we've got some folks with some entries already going. And speaking of, let me go ahead and get this wheel or this giveaway tool going here so that we can get those entries. Tonight's top 10 list, Smoke Wagon. All right, Uncut Unfiltered. That's the good one. Tonight's
Yummy.
top 10 list comes to you from Spruce Eats. This is top 10 Christmas drinks or holiday drinks. And I guess they consider the holiday everything from Thanksgiving through New Year's. So, the top 10 of these. First one is a Brandy Alexander. So, very popular, I guess, in certain parts around the holidays. So, Brandy Alexander is the first one. Get those hashtags in there for a chance to have 10 entries to the quarterly drawing this week. All right, let me shout out some folks here. We have, let me scroll. Wow. Art by Sparkle has upgraded to the Bottled and Bond membership. So she'll be getting a Bourbon Bounty Loco snifter every 6 months that she maintains that membership. It's nice to have a set of them. One just won't do you sometimes. Mr.
Nope.
Great Shots here, of course. Mike Carrier, Crazy Ann is in the house. Phil, everything spicy's here. Mike
Hey, Phil.
Carrier, Bourbon Brigade, welcome, welcome. Jimmy's Random Content, Big
Jimmy.
Daddy H, Angie Mason Fluid Art, or Angie's Fluid Art. I keep calling her Angie Mason Fluid Art. I think she switched on me. So it's Angie's
Yep.
Fluid Art.
Yep.
I'm looking for somebody I haven't called out before.
Mm.
She's always going to be Angie Mason Fluid Art to me. I just
Sam's World.
it's gonna take a little bit to get that out of my head. Tam's World is here, and I think I've called everybody out so far. So welcome everybody. Congratulations to our winners. We had Art by Sparkle came in first. Those packages I did send the delivery date and the tracking number to those who I could get in touch with.
Kitty.
I don't know how to get in touch with Kathy Bates. I just realized that. I have her address. I got it through someone else. She gave it to someone who gave it to me a long time ago. So I still have her address. But yeah, I don't know how to get Blue Farm is here. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, here's the receipt. All the packages are gone. They will arrive Monday. Here's a good one for you. Remember, I said second place.
Mm-hmm.
You can get any glass you want.
Yep.
And a 2-ounce pour.
Well, Chatio, right?
Chatio is a beer guy.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the kind of person I am. He came in second place. I owed him a glass and a pour. Yeah. 2 ounces of anything on my shelf. So what do I do? Since he's a beer
2
guy,
ounces of Bourbon County Stout and put it in a bottle?
I said, hey, if you don't want bourbon, that's fine. I can send you a beer, from a local brewery.
Oh, okay.
And he said, sure, that'll be great. Well, I had a friend of mine who was telling me about Foothills Hopium. So I went and bought some, and I'm going to try one a little later. So I sent him 2 cans of that.
Foothills what?
Hopium.
Hopium.
So it's Foothills Brewing right here in Winston-Salem.
Okay.
So not a big, huge distribution on those things. So hopefully he hasn't had it before, and now he'll get to he'll have two cans of it out in
excellent
Colorado. So yeah, and I made him a pint glass, and I'm telling you that Bourbon Bounty logo goes on good on that pint glass. It's a nice smooth surface, and it goes good on the rocks glass too, nice and smooth. But I was watching a video right before we went live here, or right before we started doing our mic checks and stuff, and it was on how to do the laser engraving on the on the laser engraving. So I'm going to try to get that all lined up.
That'll be cool.
I may play around with it this weekend, and if I can get those going, that's gonna make these a lot easier to do.
Excellent.
So
Can
you're
I call
drinking.
dibs on the mess ups?
Oh, yeah. I'll send you a couple of myths. Yeah. So you're drinking Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered. I'm drinking
Yep, just
Russell's
one.
Reserve 10 year.
Russell's. Oh yeah, good old Russell's 10.
Yep.
Love me some wild turkey. I mean,
It's
you
just a
can't go
good
wrong
old
with a good wild
standby.
turkey stuff.
Speaking of, cheers, guys. I got to take a sip.
I'm with you.
Mm.
Mm, mm.
Ah,
That's a little
first sip of
different
the
than the
day is
last
always
bottle.
good. All
Mm,
right. Jimmy Lacari is in the house now. And we may or may not have a guest tonight.
oh,
And I'm
okay.
going to take full blame for it. I contacted Independent Joe last week. And I said, "Hey, Joe, I'm looking for folks to come on." And I made a thumbnail. I sent him the thumbnail. I said, "Hey, how you like this?" He's like, "Looks great." I gave him the times. But, I never said we were going to do it this week.
Oh,
When
oops.
I reread the email, I was like, I never settled on a date with him. And
Oh,
now
dang.
let me tell everybody something right now. End of year is really tough at work. So my brain is. I have to do that first. I have to
Yeah.
do that first. Or I can't afford to do this if I
Hmm.
don't do that first. So they get the best of me. You get the rest of me. So I'm a little scatterbrained right now, with some of the
Gotcha.
stuff. But soon as holidays, we get up into the Christmas break and everything will slow down.
Hmm.
First of the year, we've got the fresh money for the budget. We're planning projects, but we're not tumbling all over each other.
Yeah.
And then in February, the reviews come out, annual performance evals. And then I've got a reprieve as we're going through these projects and all before I get to budget season again.
Gotcha.
So yeah, this time of year is really tough. But if I promise something, tell me to write it down, because if it's not in this handy dandy notebook, boy, I'll forget.
Oh, yeah.
Because I go three or 4 days later to my notebook and I'm like, okay, what happened? All right, so I
Any
write
idea
everything
what's
down.
in a brandy Alexander?
I do not know.
I don't think I've ever had one.
I don't normally
Okay, answer.
mix drinks except for an occasional old fashioned here and there.
Hmm.
Mostly, I just like it like this.
Yeah. Yeah, since I've started drinking it like that, that's pretty much all the way I drink it. Occasionally down here, being in Texas, I have to have it on the rocks or something like that occasionally.
Oh,
You
Kathy
know.
Bates, welcome.
Hey, Kathy.
I was just saying earlier, I don't know how to get in touch with you. I was going to send you your tracking number and let you know your delivery date for your package. And if you can email me at bourbonbounty2019@gmail.com, that would be totally awesome. And then I can stay in touch and let you know, like tracking numbers, and your delivery date's going to be Monday, by the way. It'll arrive Monday. Everybody on the list, Monday the 12th. So look for that package. And I will say, Kathy Bates came in third, but there's a little something extra in there for you. So,
Another quick question.
uh-huh.
I know you like bourbon. How are you up for like a rye? Do you like a rise?
I like certain ryes.
Certain rise.
I don't like Whistle Pig.
Yeah.
Um, I like Tawakaro. I like,
Mm,
like the Sazerac rye. It's borderline whether I like it or not from
okay.
Buffalo Trace. I do not like the green label regular bullet rye.
Yeah.
But there are some ryes I do like.
So you're not really the ryes that have that kind of licoricey, super
Yeah,
spicy notes or anything.
yeah, and I wouldn't even call it licoricey because I like licorice. I have some bourbons that have licorice notes in them.
Mm,
Yeah,
I
and,
ain't much
and
on
it's
that
it's
myself.
just, I don't know. It's a muddled spice flavor that I don't like.
Mm, okay. I'm gonna set to send you a sample of the local Distill Austin rye. I
Okay,
think they're
yeah.
going to come out with a cast strength here at the end of the year, but I just got a bottle of that when I went to deer camp and last weekend.
Mm.
Man, it's surprisingly really good. Only a couple years old, but really chocolate notes, and
Hmm.
it was just surprising. I mean, it tasted nothing like a normal rye, a normal,
Yeah.
type rye.
Another ride that they sent me unsolicited, by the way, Mammoth Distilling up in, I think it's Chicago or Wisconsin one. I think it's either Chicago, Illinois, or somewhere in Wisconsin, Madison, Wisconsin, or something like that. Anyway, it's Mammoth, and they make what they call a woolly rye,
Oh,
and it is really, really good,
dang,
very tasty.
thanks, Sparkle. That does sound pretty tasty. She put with Brandy
Cognac, dark
Alexander's
bean to cocoa, cream, grated nutmeg.
cream
Okay,
nutmeg.
well,
I
no
would drink
wonder,
that.
no
Yeah,
wonder it's a holiday drink. Yeah,
it's kind of like oh shoot, like a mudslide or something, kind of, but with brandy.
yeah,
Although I don't have any kind of brandy.
and a little nutmeg. Yeah,
Yeah, a little nutmeg. Yeah, I
yeah.
used to
The
have this
only
one drink down in St. Thomas. It was a oh shoot, I can't think of the name of it now, but it was five different alcohols, all of them in one. It was rum, vodka, Kahlua, amaretto, Bailey's. Put it all in a blender with some ice, blend it up, put a little nutmeg on top of it. It's called a bushwhacker.
oh, I was going to say I would call it. See you next week.
Well, call you a couple of those in the on the beach, and whoo,
Yeah,
man,
or bushwhacker. Okay. Well, I
bushwhacker.
mean, because
Yeah.
when you first said that, I was going to be like, well, you know what a Long Island iced tea is. I
Oh
mean, it's
yeah, yeah,
full of different alcohols too.
yeah, exactly. But the bushwhacker, it tastes like a kind of like a chocolate milkshake, kind of. Oh,
Ooh, that'd be
they're super
dangerous.
tasty. Oh yeah, they're dangerous. You get a couple of those and cut it, dip it off in the bud, have you a cold beer.
Yes, sir. Now I had they had $2 Long Island iced teas one time, and they were serving them.
Oh
You know
dang.
those big plastic teacups in the restaurants. Yeah, like that. They were serving them in those for $2,
Oh God. For
and
$2? Holy
two
crap.
dollars during happy hour. I
Oof.
drank two of them.
Oh.
And then the guy's like, "Hey, we got 2 more minutes for happy hour." I said, "Yeah, bring me another Long Island." So he made it up real quick and set it down there and charged me for it and all because the cash register does a computer flip.
Yeah,
He doesn't
yeah.
control it. So he hurried up and got me another one. I finished that one off, and then I started on that third one. And then one of the guys sitting at the bar, he said, "How many Long Islands have you had?" And I said, "This is my third one." He said, "You sure you want to finish that?"
Mm.
And I said, "Yeah, yeah, I'm fine." He goes, "Okay."
Have
And
you
a little
seen
bit
Take a Piss
later,
yet?
yeah, I know this was what it was about. And then I made it out of there, but I finished those, and I was going to order something else. And one of the guys, he goes, "Nah, you need to let that settle." And I
Yeah.
got up to leave, and I was saying goodbye to everybody, and I bumped into one of the pub tables,
Yeah.
and I didn't even know I was moving.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll creep up on you in a hurry.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't fall down though. All right, it's 8:58. I'm going to go ahead and present my screen, and we'll get this first a little 10 thing here out the way. Oh, here it is. Open the system preference.
Oh,
It's
better now.
already checked. All right, Chrome tab. Here we go. And share. All right, good luck everybody on the 10 entries to the quarterly drawing. Who put the Brandy Alexander in there? Uh-oh, that
Oh, rigged.
is Lori here tonight?
Hashtag, no, I haven't seen her.
I'm gonna write it down just in case, but I'm gonna draw again. All right. And now we're gonna land on me again. That's yeah, okay. Am I gonna have to restart this whole wheel over? I'd be rich if I were getting entries, but I can make my own nosing kit. I don't need one.
You're kind of
Art by
hanging up just a little
Sparkle. There
bit.
we go. Well, that's good because she's the one that told us how to make it. She
Yep.
put the thing in the recipe down in there. So let me set this here. Yeah, it's all my fault. I don't think we're going to have a guest tonight. I may see if he can do it next week, and I'll shift it. But yeah, that was me. See if
I
this will
don't have
fit.
any way of getting a hold of him. Let's
Oh,
see.
it
Who do I
fit.
know?
Yay! I thought I was going to have to abbreviate something.
If I could get on my phone, but I'm using the phone for video.
Now, I
So
sent him an email earlier, but nah, and I went and I read back through the email chain. I had told him the time. I had told him what time we come up. I sent him the thumbnail, but I never said next week. I never gave
the
him the
date,
date. So I don't know if he was waiting on me to give him a date, you
probably.
know. So I'll connect. I'll connect back with him between now and then. And yeah, I sent him the link on his email just in case. But yeah, I don't think he had enough time or didn't know we were doing this tonight. So another week without a guest will be all right. I do have
Yep.
guests lined up though. So I may shift some things around, but we are going to have Indpndt Joe up here. He has committed to coming up as a guest. So we will have him up here when I can not space cadet on this stuff. Big Daddy H is going to be here in a couple of weeks.
Oh, nice.
He's going to come up here. He got a new microphone, and we're going to do some testing on that and make sure that he can his bandwidth can handle it and all that kind of good stuff.
Okay.
And then we'll have him up here. And on the night Big Daddy H comes up, we are doing an after party.
Excellent.
And I will dust off the Bourbon Bounty After Dark, and then he'll be able to sing and play some tunes for us.
Excellent.
So we will have that. Who, Mark?
Nice, Fulton.
Who did I have?
Hit some 3-pointers for me.
Who did
Mhm.
I have? Let's see.
Who'd you have for what?
The other guest. I'm drawing a blank.
Oh,
Let me look.
I'm not sure.
Thursday guest sheet. Oh, Cindy and Mike were supposed to come up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, steamed fried rice and supposed to be up here. So that was the other ones. So we'll see. I can still shift dates around.
Okay.
Tomorrow is second day of basketball practice. Well, how did the first day go? Did you get some good practice in?
Throw in a couple of Michael J. hooks.
Yeah, Kareem. That's what I used to call it. We'd be playing in the backyard, and I'd be like, I'd push that ball up like this and jump stretch real high and do a hook, up there. And I would say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yep.
I just felt like I
He
could
was a
shoot
big old
over his
boy.
head like that. All of my 5'6" back then.
Yeah. Maybe I'm 6 foot, but still I ain't no good for a basketball player.
Yeah. Well, I'm 5, like 10 and a half ish, 5'11" with my shoes on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all right. I'm not short.
Nah.
I'm tall enough to sit up on this stool and talk to you.
There you go.
But yeah, man, I getting excited though. Next week we're having a big team meeting, flying everybody in from out of state, all over the place. Doing what's up, Thrash? Thrash showed up. We're doing a big end of year team get together, look back on 2022, get hyped up for 2023.
Gonna have a big dinner and all that.
Well, what I'm doing is we're getting together on the 14th, and we're going to play some games, and we're going to do a white elephant gift exchange type thing, and nobody has to bring anything. We're supplying the gifts, but y'all are going to white elephant it, and then we'll do the reveal of that at some point. But then in the afternoon, I've doing this slideshow and everything, putting embedded videos into it. We're going to be playing like "We Will Rock You" by Queen, and all these other songs and everything. So
Yeah.
It's going to be
Sounds like
a flashy presentation. We'll dim the lights, be in a room with the big screen. We're
sounds like
going
fun.
to. I'll come up and do the kickoff, and then the managers will all come up one at a time, and then I'll end the day with a kumbaya send off, and then we're going to change, and we're going to go to a place called Battle Grounds, but it's BATL, and
Hmm.
it's axe throwing,
Oh, there you go.
and they have
That'd
a
be fun.
really good beer menu, and I've already pre-ordered the pizzas. I got my order in already, and
Excellent.
wings and pizza. We're having wings and pizza, but um, it'll be interesting to see what happens when I give all the my folks that work for me alcohol and sharp, heavy objects. We'll see how that goes. So
I'm not
yeah, it
sure
should
how
be.
good I would be with the axe and the hatchet throwing now. If I could bring my tomahawk, I'd be whooping people's butt.
Well,
I've been throwing a tomahawk since I was a little kid.
the last time I did this, it was a hatchet, right? So
Hmm.
it was about this long and had the thing up here.
Yeah,
It was
big
long
heavy
enough where
head.
you could set the head on your shoulder right here,
Yeah.
and then step forward and throw it. And it's just a repetitive motion, is what it is.
Yep. So we used to play a thing at my uncle's place. It was called we called cutting cards. And what you do is you on the big board you had a playing card. We would staple that to the board, and then you would throw hatchets, tomahawks
Mm-hmm.
at that, and then when you cut the card, you got a point.
Ah,
So whoever had the most points, or if you cut it in completely in half, because if you just dead centered it and cut it completely in half, then you got extra points.
cool.
And then we do that with hatchets or tomahawks, and then
Mm-hmm.
also with knives, like big Bowie knives or
Yeah.
throwing knives.
Yeah, I used to throw knives. I kind of messed a bunch of them up trying, but yeah, I finally got decent at it. I
Yeah,
could,
it's a little
it's tough.
different.
Well, it's easy when you get your mark,
It's, well,
and
it's
you
the
know,
release with a knife is a little bit different than a tomahawk.
yeah, I would, do the with the sharp edge this way, of course, dull edge toward my hand,
Mm.
and just
Oh,
flick it.
throw by the blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just depends on how far you are from the target.
Hmm.
If you want to throw it by the handle or you want to throw it by the blade.
Yeah.
Depends
I
if you
mean,
want
there's
that extra half a flip or something.
right, right. Well, and that's why I was going to say it's easy when you're practice, and you have a mark worn out in the grass, and you know exactly where to put your foot, and you
Yeah,
extend your arm. And say, what's hard is like, oh, I know how to throw a knife, and then you get out in the world, and you're having to judge, okay, how
yeah,
far or close, or do I need to extend more, or let it go faster, or what?
yeah.
That's where it gets kind of tricky. But yeah, those professional guys that do that tournament stuff, man, they can hit.
I don't blame you, Chadio.
Yeah, laser tag with axes would not be probably a fun night for everybody.
Oh, there you go, Mike. Roman candles. That's the way to play tag.
Oh yeah, I got a story about that. I'm not going to tell. It was when I was young. Luckily, we didn't
Uh-huh.
have cell phones and internet back then.
Oh, thank God, man. I've done way too much crazy stuff back when I was younger.
Mm, yeah, we kind of set a treehouse on fire, but no big deal. I didn't tell them to insulate the inside of it with used newspaper.
Well, there you go. Why would somebody do that in the first place? Come on, that's just ignorant.
All right. Well, we are going to share this screen and get this next one in the books. Here we go. Good luck, everybody, but me. I don't want to see it land on me again. Here we go. And
Yep.
see, it's going to get stuck doing this. Watch.
Dang it.
I've seen it happen once before. All
All
right.
right, come on. There it is. Big
That is
Daddy
Big
H.
Daddy H. I thought it was me for a second. I was writing down. I saw Lori down there. and I was writing that the entries down. It's been landing on me. Lori, you're having a good night.
Yep.
So
Lori's already got two.
yeah. All right, there's my alarm for that. Now let me set up the next one. Mark this one off. Now this one I've had before, probably not by the recipe. Oops, not Control F, you dummy. There. Start collecting comments. Come back over here. And glog. I had this over in Europe, but we were there in the fall, and somebody asked me if I'd tried it. I don't remember much about it, but I tried it. Didn't like it that much. That's all I remember.
I don't believe I've ever tried that one or heard of it. Well,
I
may have
don't
heard
even
of it.
remember. It's red. I remember that. Well, the one I had was.
So it's like a mulled wine or something.
Yeah, but I don't remember now. I guess it was kind of a spice drink. Let me look this up. Swedish, yeah, old fashioned Swedish glog recipe. It's really dark looking, is what it is.
Mm.
Swedish infused wine, usually served during the holiday season, similar to mulled wine. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's not that. I didn't like it that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really dark. I mean, I drank it because I was, being a
Well,
good
yeah, it's gotta be
guest,
nice.
right? And then I drank beer after
Well, that's a given.
that. But yeah, I mean, I'll try anything a couple times.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, I tried at
yeah,
least twice. Once if I thought I liked it.
yeah, it was. Yeah, I do. Kathy, remember? It was a long time ago. I'm not going to age myself, but I was young in the Air Force back then. But no, I was over there, and we went to Sweden. That was the same time I went to the ice bar in Sweden. That
Oh, okay.
and I remember the ice bar a lot. I don't. I mean, that glog was at someone's house. They had made it, and I certainly didn't want to tell them it tasted like shit.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh yeah, this, and I was sipping around on it, and I finally finished it. And oh, you want more? No, no. I said, no, one's enough for me. And I
There you
grabbed
go.
some beer. I was taking very small sips, put it that way. Till I got close to the end, then I just shot it. Oh yeah,
Stroman. Hmm.
so stroming.
Don't know about that one.
But no, it was all right. But I've had mulled wine that I liked better than that. Um,
Yep. My
I'll give
brother-in-law
you
used to
to
make that for Christmas for us. He would bring the mulled wine.
yeah.
Some
I
sort of
mean, it's okay.
a dark red German wine.
Yep,
Oh, airplane.
yep.
Pardon me.
Airplane. So yeah, the mulled wine is good if you don't overspice it or whatever. But I'm just not that big of a wine drinker, so I like Pinot Noir with steak or whatever, or a Merlot with lamb and
Ooh.
stuff like that. So
Oh, I'll
yeah,
pass on
that's the
Stroman.
the can blows up. Yeah, and they have that fermented fish in Norway too.
Ooh. No, hard pass.
And Norway also has the fermented shark fins.
Ooh. No, same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, but
Oh, Tracy
crazy
Ann had some
Ann, you
clog.
don't have surströmming, but y'all have some other fermented crap strong.
Well, but the only fermented stuff I like is soy sauce.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm good with that.
I like a lot of the fermented soybean stuff. The miso soup and
Hmm.
soy sauce, and there's other applications with the fermentation on that. But yeah, I mean, I've tried about anything somebody said was a delicacy, and I was like, to who?
Yeah,
To whom is this a delicacy?
exactly.
And
Most of that be like, it's okay. I don't
yeah, and then
trust you.
I would talk to like 45 Norwegians around the area that could understand me, and they'd be like, "No, we don't like it." It's like,
Was
and
it?
one of them looked at me. He said, "You tried it?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "He needs a drink." He bought me a drink.
Give him something strong.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had all kind of stuff, but I liked. Actually, I liked the what's the blood sausage called?
Oh yeah, yeah. Shoot,
Hell,
can't think
I'm
of it.
drawing a blank on names and stuff
Yeah,
tonight. But
I know what you mean though. It's like dark black looking almost
yeah,
sausage
yeah, and they usually have it
in
at
a
breakfast and
casing.
stuff. Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, it's I haven't tried that one. I mean, I love some boudin,
yeah.
but hmm, that's better.
Is that the smoke wagon still?
No, I went to something a little lighter.
Ah, a little lighter. Yeah, that smoke wagon is flavorful now.
Yeah, it's flavorful, but it's this bottle's a little different. It's a different batch
Mm,
than the last one I had. So it's I don't remember what batch this one is. 159A,
all right. Yeah, I don't
September
know.
12th of 2022.
I can't hardly get it around here. When I can, I mean they have it, but when I go in, they don't have any of that. The uncut, unfiltered. All they have is the regular.
Oh yeah, the small batch or whatever.
Yeah. And I'm like, now when you going to get some more of the other? Well, we had it. We get it every week, but it goes quick. I said, well, order
Yeah,
more. Yeah.
yeah. My little store, they don't get it, but like maybe once every couple of 3 or 4 months or something. It seems like.
Right. But I think they're only ordering like 6 bottles or something. And then, there's,
Yeah, it's just whatever they can get. This one is it's an Irish. It's
ah,
Powers,
yeah,
John
I was
Slang.
thinking about getting, there's a couple of Irish whiskeys that somebody turned me on to that I wrote down. I don't have my note in front of me, but that and I did look at a couple of scotches, but the scotch I like though is that I like that Dalmore 12, and that's just my favorite one, and so I just stick with it. Yeah, airplane. Uh, but yeah, the also the but yeah, I want to get a couple Irish whiskeys to have.
Yeah, this one is uh Powers, John's Lane.
Yeah.
It's a 12-year old. I picked
Okay.
up a bottle of that. It's quite good. It's not too proofy. I mean, it's fairly low in proof wise, and nice fruit notes to it.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
Kathy,
quite
when we
quite
had it,
tasty.
I've seen I've heard about the blood pudding, but this was like a link of sausage
Hmm.
on the plate, black as could be, with
Yeah,
eggs and hash and some other stuff, a little potato hash, and
yeah.
they just cut it up and eat a bite of it along with stuff. And I actually thought it was pretty good.
It'd probably be real good with egg yolk on it.
Yeah, it was. It gave it that creaminess, that
Hmm.
from that egg yolk. About everything's better with egg yolk on it. I took those
That and bacon.
leftover. I took those leftover potatoes and I made the shoot, man, my brain is not working tonight. The something potato. It was
Hash browns.
it's French, and they usually pipe it out onto a cookie sheet, and it looks like a little Hershey's Kiss, and then they bake it. But I
Hmm.
just made them into patties, uh,
Oh,
and
potato pancakes.
it was like, but it was sort of like twice baked potatoes. But I put the egg yolk in there, like,
Oh, okay.
and it made it rich,
Yeah.
and they were really good. But I'd put bacon in it. I put chives in it. I put other stuff in it, and
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I remember when I worked at a restaurant, I used to make potato pancakes some too.
Yeah.
And then what do they call them? It's like it's like corn fritter
Uh-oh.
pancakes.
I had my alarm went off. I got to present.
Uh-oh, spin
And
it
I
up.
saw some people squeaking in now. They got it in on time. Here we go. We're going to spin the globes. Good
You
luck,
might be
all
right, Kathy.
15. And don't land on me. I keep seeing my name pop up. Why is it
Oh,
doing this?
yep.
If it lands on me, I'm drawn again. But Lori's got 30 now. Fulton, here we go.
Oh, Fulton got one in.
And I have to enter because I have to put the hashtag in for y'all.
Yep.
All right, congratulations there, Fulton. You
That's
got
right,
some
Mike.
entries.
This thing's so rigged.
Yeah, I might need to hire some, but well, I don't have money to hire folks. Now,
Randomize it or something. I don't know.
speak of the devil, here we go with number 6. Most popular is the mulled wine.
Mm.
And you notice it's right under Glog or right ahead of Glog, right?
Yep.
They're similar, but yeah, is Dominion running this story? But yeah, I see the mulled wines coming in. I wish there was I wish there was a way that you could just like have people put a hashtag in and it just
Yeah.
keep a list of them for you and not like to spin, but you could like just show the list as it was coming in. I may write to StreamYard about that because when I do the put me ins, I'm sitting here steady watching the chat, trying to catch
Hmm.
everybody scrolling up and down. It would be nice to have like a separately populated thing, and every time it come in, it would just show me who did it.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess it might be if you did it just instead of just put me in, have the hashtag put me in, then it might pull
Well,
you up a list.
yeah, but the giveaway tool, it doesn't show me, it only shows me there's so many people.
Oh.
Like I can't click on the 13 entries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't see who's in there.
Okay.
All I can do is just say, okay, it's got the entries in there.
Hmm.
But if I could show the list, then I could, write stuff down
I got you.
off the list or just copy and paste the list over into something.
Yeah, that would be easier.
I'm more of a Luddite though. I like using the pen and paper. And if I mess up a little with pen and paper, I just make an extra little ink mark. If I mess up with a mouse, I totally close my screen out. So,
Wind up deleting too much stuff or whatever.
yeah. Well, I was trying to wipe my um, mouse pad off. The Magic Pad on my Mac,
Hmm.
and I have to make sure I wipe left across it because if you take 2 fingers and swipe right on your mouse pad, it backs you up in your browser, and it kicks
Oh.
me out of StreamYard. So swiping the other way only pulls the screen and it lets it go back. But
Mm,
if I swipe the other way, it totally closes StreamYard and puts me back in the. Well, I
I
come
got
right
you.
back in, but it's inconvenient.
Yep.
But I could go in and change the settings, but I'm so used to the way it is. So, um,
Yeah. Swipe left to delete something.
yeah, and well, and on Mac, a 2 finger, I call it 2 finger death punch. You take 2 fingers and push, and that's right clicking.
Oh, okay.
So you just get used to it, and then you can pinch and zoom, and
Hmm.
3 fingers does other things on there. That's what she said. And you know, there's all kind of things you can do. If I had a little pen, there's a way. I mean, this the Magic Pad's like that big. You could actually
Oh.
draw on it and stuff, on the
Oh,
screen.
okay.
So, but when I draw, I want to see what I'm drawing. I
Yeah.
I can't look at the Magic Pad. I have to look at the screen. It just makes it a little different. But
Yeah, it'd be a little odd.
well, so plans for Christmas? What you got coming up?
Oh, not too much, you know. Do a little thing with my wife's family, and then in the afternoon, I think we're going to do something with my brother and my mom and all them.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I
it'll
don't
be
think.
feel a little busy.
Yeah, we had about 20 people over for Thanksgiving, and my
Hmm.
wife, kudos to her, she put it all together. She did it all by herself. She started prepping Sunday for Thursday meal,
Yep.
and I did a show Thursday night for Thanksgiving, and I did double giveaways, and we had a little showing for that, but I wasn't expecting a full crowd. It's a holiday, but I did want to give people a place to land and have give people a chance to get a few more entries in on Thanksgiving. But rain or shine, I'm like post office. This show's going to go on unless it's just like I'm in Vegas or something, and I just can't do it. But I did shoot a little live out from Vegas when I was on top of the stratosphere up there,
Hmm.
but it was a very
I
short
saw
live
that.
because I couldn't interact. I was on my phone. I can't really interact with the chat and all that stuff. So
Yeah, you can, but it's kind of odd. It's kind of a little odd,
yeah,
a little harder.
yeah. If I had somebody following me around and filming me, and then I could just be on a device or something, that'd be all right.
Yeah.
But people kind of frown at you when you get loud inside of like places where people are trying to relax. I'm pretty loud, when I'm on this show and all. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, you have to warn people ahead of time, and most of the time they're going to say no.
Yep.
Hmm. I will tell you somebody that does get good spots at the table. Those competitive eaters. Restaurants love
Hmm.
that when they come in and set up over in the corner and they're
Yeah.
streaming live from the restaurant. And they get to see all the food laid out and their challenges that they do. They get good. Now they're paying for all that, and that's the thing. And that was another thing I was going to bring up is when I go to the like distilleries and I go to farms to part of a documentary, I don't expect anything except their time. That's it.
Yep.
That's all I expect. Now, sometimes I will get a bourbon glass or a hat or something like that. I ask for nothing.
Mm.
And I just oh no no no, I've blamed it all on me, Joe. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Come on, Joe. Just got released from medical.
yeah, you can
You
still
doing all
join.
right?
I sent you the link in your email. So yeah, feel free, man. If you want to jump up here, you can, and we can still reschedule you for another night as well. But yeah, if you want to jump up here, man, come on. You have the link in your email in your Gmail. So, but yeah, that's totally my fault, man. Totally my fault. I should have made more contact and got it worked out ahead of time. I just thought I had given the date, and when I went back and read it, it wasn't there. So I just said,
I
"Hey,
figured y'all would have like exchanged phone number or like messenger or something like that.
well, we can still do that and all, but yeah, we'll just have a shortened version of Independent Joe up here. But yeah, the thumbnail still stands. So yeah, he'll be up here in a few. And I did watch his video. Oh, I saw the tear in his eye when he had that Pappy 15 down about that low. So, uh, but yeah, I
I've
try to
never
watch a
tried
couple
any
of
of
them.
that.
Yeah.
From for me, it's not worth the exorbitant prices and the hunt.
Well,
But
nowadays, yeah, and nowadays the price is so jacked up,
hmm.
and people are following those trucks around and they're scooping up stuff if they don't
Yep.
have a lottery done. And when they say one per person, they'll follow
Oh
that
yeah.
truck to 15 different liquor stores and buy one, and then circle back and get one more all the way through. But those are
Yep.
the guys who are trying to sell it on the aftermarket.
Yeah. which is just wrong. I mean, I'm not going to buy anything on secondary. I don't care.
Yeah,
Just not going to pay the price.
yeah. And I was in I was in Tennessee, and I stopped in a liquor store. I forget exactly where I was because I drive the whole length of Tennessee,
Yeah.
going to Arkansas. Let me write Kathy Bates down. Then I got to spin. Um,
That true, Brick. I mean, some people do, but you know, which I guess would be all right. I mean, I've got a few bottles put back, but not a lot. Most everything I have is I pop the top on it.
yeah, me too. Well, I'll have backup bottles of things. All right, good luck, everybody. We're spinning for the mulled wine, and then we'll get the next one ready to go. I am not
Right,
even going to
Jimmy?
say it this time. Newfoundlander Ingalls family.
Ah,
All
there we go.
right.
I don't know if I
All
can afford that,
right.
Jimmy.
Let the
Oof.
confetti die down and stop sharing, and I'll get the next one set up here. Don't like cheating people out of their confettis. Now, this one I didn't really consider I don't know. We used to make these when somebody was sick. Yeah.
Oh, a hot toddy?
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
But I guess in wintertime, I mean, people get more colds and flu ailments or whatever in the winter.
Yep.
So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
most people do. That's the flu thing is normal in the wintertime.
but I do like lemon and honey.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I was thinking about, that like Jim Beam honey.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's not like bourbon or real whiskey or whatever. It's more like
And
a
flavored.
schnapps. It's
Yeah.
it's a honey flavored drink. But I was wondering if you put like a little lemon juice in there to break that sweet up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Might
Yeah.
might
Warm
help
it.
it.
I mean, it's like a natural hot toddy sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, if you put like don't boil it or whatever, but just set the glass or set like I have sake set, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I put the sake in the
Mm-hmm.
decanter, and you have the
Yep.
water, and you take it off the heat, but it's steaming, and you just set the decanter down in the water, and it
Oh.
warms the decanter because it's ceramic, and then it
Oh.
warms the sake, and then you can take it out and put it on your tray, and then you can pour it in the little cups, and it stays warm in there for a while. But there's plenty of alcohol in it, trust me.
So that's how you're supposed to do it. Hmm. I put my sake in the little decanter thing, put one of the empty cups on it, and put it in the microwave for a minute.
Oh, yeah, you can do it that way, I guess. But this is far more controlled,
Yeah.
and it's not
Well.
going to steam the alcohol out
Yeah. Yeah.
because your water will stop steaming before it steams the sake.
Yep.
It'll get it really warm, but it won't steam it, and that's where
Exactly. Yeah.
it'll
It'll
hold
reach
all
a certain temperature and hold it there because
the
your
right.
alcohol, uh, actually, alcohol evaporates lower than the water does.
Yeah,
I think alcohol evaporates at like 185
something like
ish,
that. Yeah, you don't
something
want
like
it
that.
steaming because
Mm.
then all you got left is water and after
Yep.
flavor of the
Yeah.
process, but
Oh,
yeah, but yeah, Independent Joe said he'd be here in a few minutes, and I am going to try to bring him back again because this wasn't abbreviated. Will be
oh,
an abbreviated thing. Yeah, sake's good.
that
Um,
reminds me of my brother. He was over in Korea for a while, and he sent me back a bottle of soju,
yep,
the great big combat bottle of soju.
yep,
So I was, well, let me try this, and I poured some of that off into a glass and put just a little bit of cranberry juice on top of it. I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty good, and you can mix it really heavy. You can take you one of these glasses and put about that much soju in it and about this much cranberry juice on top, and it's quite good.
yes, sir.
And then it hits you about like those Long Island
Long
iced
Island
teas
iced
do.
teas and those bushwhackers and everything else. Yeah,
Yeah, woo.
yeah.
Two of those are like, I gotta get up and go take a leak. I'll be right back, and then whoa, hit the floor. Oh
Yep.
man.
Have you seen the big Japanese bottle? It has all the olives in it.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, there's a liquor they make, and it's a bunch of olives in it. And
Really?
You're
I
supposed
love
to eat
olives.
the olives, though. You pour drinks out of it, but you
Yeah,
get the olives out because it's not olive juice; it's alcohol, but it soaks into
yeah.
those olives. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah, one
Ah,
seventy
one
two is
seventy
when
two.
yeah.
Okay, I thought it was close to 180 ish.
OG brick
It's been a
fork.
long
Green.
time since I've messed around with a still.
Yep.
I mean, I'm an old Kentucky boy. I made a still in the fourth grade for a science project.
I thought I was going to make wine one time, and we had a thing in class or whatever where they were talking about a distillation
Right,
process and
Jimmy?
all this junk, and I spoiled some grape juice and
Yeah. Mm.
I didn't drink it. I was just wanting to see. I was just wanting to see if I could. You know, do I want another one of these?
Uh,
Sure, I'll have another one of these.
there
Yeah,
you
I
go.
got a little cork, a little tiny piece of cork floating in there, but
Yeah, it's all
it's
right.
that real
Pour it on that
cork.
glass.
It's that
Yep.
real
Pour it on
cork.
in the glass. Chew it
I
up.
know
You'll
it
be all
won't
right.
come out though because it floats. So when
Oh
I'm
yeah.
pouring, it goes back in the
Color goes
bottle,
back
and
to the
yeah,
back.
it's not hurting anything. It's not hurting anything.
Yeah. Oh,
But yes,
hooch.
sir.
Oh man. Remember that? But the old pure grain alcohol. We got
Yeah,
the old 190 proof pure grain. Mix that with Hawaiian punch and a lot of fruit and whatnot, in a big old cooler.
yeah,
Oh
Jimmy.
man.
I didn't make hooch. I made grass killer. That's what I made. I didn't drink any of it. It stunk bad, boy. I put a
Oh,
balloon over the end of the bottle, and the balloon, and
we tried to do that over in Saudi and with the MRE fruit, the freeze dried fruit. It started out working pretty good, but we forgot to ventilate it and it blew up.
well, mine. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have distiller's yeast or brewer's yeast,
Hmm.
and I tried to use Fleischmann's.
Hmm. It's just a little hot, but it'll
Yeah.
work.
That's all I had. Package of Fleischmann's yeast. Yeah, and then when I got older and I was brewing my own beer for a while, and I had the big buckets, and I even made I turned a cooler into a to steep grain. And here's an idea now: if you're into brewing beer at home,
Hmm.
you can take a cooler, and you know where the little valve is where you let the water out to drain the
Yeah.
cooler. What I did was I just took a drill and I punched that thing out and made it a 1 inch hole where I could fit a 1 inch PVC pipe into it.
Okay.
Sealed it off, and then I put a tap valve on the outside of that. Sweated or not sweated, but put the glue and purple and put it on there. And on the inside, the stub that came out, I had a cross section on it,
Yeah.
and then I had corners, and I had two T sections, more corners, and then a third T section coming back to the middle. And what I
Okay.
did was I took all this 1 inch PVC all inside, and it went around the whole bottom edge of the cooler, up the middle, and twice across in the middle of it. And I
Dang.
drilled all these little holes in it with a little drill bit all the
Uh-huh.
way around. I would dump my grain in there, and then I would get my water going on a turkey fryer, and I would bring it up to temp, and then I would sit there with a thermometer. And when it got to the perfect temperature, I would dump it into that cooler, shut the lid on it, and let the grain steep.
I got you.
And then it would steep, and the holes in the PVC pipe weren't big enough to let grain in.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a little tiny bit here and there, but it doesn't matter. But then I would sit there and turn the valve open and let it drain back into my turkey fryer
Hmm.
bucket or the pot. And I would do that, put it back on, bring it back up to temp, pour it back in. I would do that 4 to 5 times.
Oh,
But I see someone in the basement down here. Let's go ahead and bring him up. Well, how are you
there
doing?
he is.
Sorry, brothers.
No, you're fine, man.
I had a doctor's appointment and I didn't know they were giving me a new doctor for the VA, and
Yeah.
I thought I would be done in time and back. So that's why I didn't really answer. Sorry about not answering, but I was like, oh, I'll be back in time. So,
No,
and all of a sudden she's sitting there asking me like my whole life history, and
Yeah.
oh
Geez.
man, so I was like sitting there, and so I had a lot of stuff to answer, and
Like,
yeah.
Sorry
just
about
pull
that.
up my file.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Just pull up the file, read through that, done.
well, I know
that's
you
what I
just
asked her.
got
I
here.
asked her if she was going to be my new primary care physician, and she was like, well, I don't know. And I was like, well, I'm answering a lot of questions when all that stuff should already be in the system. And she goes, oh, well, I'd like to get to know my patients. And I'm like, well,
Well,
if you
nice
don't
to
know
meet
if
you.
you're going to
I'm
be my
Joe. Talk to you
doctor or
later.
not, then why am I answering all these questions?
Exactly.
Well, I know you just got here, but I've shared my screen to spin for this entry here. Chatty-O has won 10 entries
right.
to the wheel. Chatty-O. We'll let that confetti die down just a little bit. I will stop sharing, and then I'll set up the next one.
Good to see you, Crazy Ann and Art by Sparkle. Yay, Chatty-O won. What are you all drinking?
I am drinking. Oh, go ahead there.
I'm drinking this a little bit of a Powers John's Lane, the 12-year-old.
Oh, nice.
And
I was drinking Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered earlier, so I figured I needed something a little bit lighter.
You gotta even it out.
I kind of felt like a turkey tonight, so
okay, I'll have some turkey with you. But my 10 years upstairs.
Yeah, I was going to do the regular reserve, but I like it a little better. But this is I call this one my kick around bourbon here, this 10-year.
This will be my first pour, so I guess 101 wouldn't be too bad to start off with.
Oh,
there you go. Good old classic.
Yeah,
I just saw a new decanter of those recently right down the store down from me. Looked like a turkey,
Whistle Pig actually came out with a new decanter, and the
oh yeah, I saw that.
Is on
you poured out the butt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If the juice was good, I would be interested. But yeah, I'll tell you though. If you're not familiar, Joe, with our process here, every 10 minutes I spin and I give away entries to the quarterly drawing. And tonight's top 10 list is from Spruce Eats website of top 10 Christmas drinks. So we have had Brandy Alexander, English Christmas Punch, Glog, Mulled Wine, Hot Toddy, and right now we're on hashtag Thanksgiving Punch. So here in about 8 more minutes, I'll spin for this one, and people get 10 entries to the wheel if they hit. And then then the number one, you get 20 entries to the wheel for the quarterly draw. We just gave away the stuff last week. 24 nose and kit, 3 sample bourbons marked A, B, and C of Bourbon Bounty logoed crystal whiskey glass, and a virtual private tasting with me, and that was won by Art by Sparkle.
Cheers, Kathy Bates.
And Chatty-O came in second, and Kathy Bates came in third, and so Chatty-O got a glass, Kathy got a glass on the way. They're all going to get their stuff on Monday, so that's what this show's kind of about, is trying to get people into bourbon. And that's why I know I watched your video on the Pappy, and I saw the tear in the corner of your eye there. You still had some in it, though. It's getting low, but you still have some.
And I'm surprised it has that much still in it with as much games. I mean, I think I was on this channel last time when I put some Fireball in, and you're like, please don't do that. And I had already poured it.
Don't
do that. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I remember. I think I was on the show you did that on, but I don't think it was on my channel.
I think it was on this channel. Yeah.
It may have been. It may have been. You know what? My brain is not working so hot these days.
It was the first time I wore this shirt.
Oh, yeah. The Bourbon Bounty. Yep. And I said, where did you get that? And he said, I ordered it. and that's when I said, maybe I should send you the PNG image. with the background removed, and then you can, you know.
Came out nice.
Yeah.
Still on there. Still
Mhm.
good.
Joe's
Yeah,
got all the cool shirts.
I had a shirt
Cheers,
one
Dash
time
Life.
that had the full whatever you call that that's on there. You know, the thicker paint stuff on the shirt,
Yeah.
and I couldn't wear it outside in Texas because I would just
Mhm.
sweat right behind that logo.
Oh yeah.
And it would just be all like, because it wouldn't let
Puddle
anything
of
out.
sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of low, and then me and my wife, once I did the video, we normally kind of share together, and she gives me her like opinion, and she was like, "Oh wow, I'm gonna drink this more often." I was like, "No, you're not." 'Cause it's
No.
one, it's low, and then two, it's already almost gone. So
Mhm.
I mean,
Now I will say this though: if you get a hankering and you have to have it, go to Louisville. Now, at least it was when Bill and I went, Shoe Man Food. We went to Louisville, Kentucky at Evergreen Liquor on Market Street in the Nulu district in Louisville. And Evergreen has pours in there. The most expensive pour they have is $20
oh wow,
for an ounce, and they have Pappies.
Wow.
I'm surprised they still have Pappies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's cheap then.
Yeah, that's a good price.
Well,
I went to a place locally here in San Diego, and man, they were charging like $300 or $400 for a pour, and I was like, heck no.
Yeah.
No.
That costs more than the bottle.
Yeah, I thought that was bad up here at this steakhouse. It's here in Winston. And somebody said, "Oh, they have Pappy up there. They have Pappy up there. We should go get a pour." And I said, "Well, how much is it a pour?" And he said, $180. And I said, "That's all right. You can have it. I know where I can get it for $20. And I'd rather drive all the way to Louisville, spend a night in the hotel, and pay the gas coming back." You know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I
Yeah,
had
definitely.
5 shots of it that night.
Yep. You got to do that $20 shot there, and then get you a hip flask and take it with you.
Well, that's what I was asking him, because I tried to get him to pour like whatever was in the bottle, just pour it all out. And even if there was like a half ounce or something, I would pay for the full ounce and just put it all back in the bottle and sell me the bottle for whatever it costs. Now we don't do that.
Yeah.
Because it was about a little over half full. And I said, well, what if I had brought a 6-ounce container in empty? And I ordered them, and I every time you give me one, I just pour it in my container.
Yeah.
He said, you can do whatever you want once we pour it. But he said, this is the way we sell it to you. This is the only way. Then you can either pour it in your mouth or you can pour it in that bottle. We don't care.
Yep.
So the next time I
you
go,
paid for it.
I'm going to bring a 6-ounce container, and I'm going to fill it up.
There you go.
And I'll have
And
6 ounces of it for $120.
Exactly. And you can bring it back and, have a little ounce or two sample here whenever you need one.
You can always like get one of these like these little decanter things, and
Oh yeah,
this
that's
is like
cool.
6 to 8 ounces.
It's got the old gross top on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They have places where they actually engrave them. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I got to see the Indpndt Joe on there.
Nice.
Yeah, it's premium
That's
barrel
really
aged
cool.
whiskey.
All right.
It's from the Indpndt Joe distillery.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
NDP, right?
How was your all's Thanksgiving?
It was good.
It was good. Yep.
Oh,
My
nice.
wife did all the work, and I reaped all the benefits. So
I had to cook the turkey this year, but it turned out excellent. So
I didn't have to lift a finger.
Yeah, we drove to the in-laws and just ate at the in-laws. So we and then
we had about 20 people over, so it was fun. But
that's nice.
We don't have that. We spread them out all through the first floor of the house, so there were people clicked up, here and there and yonder. So
okay, yeah, it's nice when you got like a group of people. It reminds me of when I was growing up. The house would be full of people, visit, because we would all meet up at the grandmother's house, and everybody would bring some type of dish. And haven't seen that in a while.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I have to present this screen and do another spin. It is that time again. Thanksgiving punch. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. And we are going to see who gets the 10 entries. There's my alarm going off. I just got ahead of it. Angie Mason, or Angie's Fluid Arts. I keep wanting to call her Angie Mason.
Congrats, Angie.
I'm going to write this whole
Excellent.
thing down so I get it right. That way. All right. Now, let me set the next one up and get back to it. I hadn't heard of this one either. Maybe I'm sheltered. I don't know. Tom and Jerry. What's a Tom and Jerry?
Is that a drink?
Yeah.
I think I've heard of it. I don't know what it consists of, but
it is the 4th most popular Christmas drink.
Oh, okay.
All right. I got to look it up.
Yeah, look it up. I have no idea what that one is.
I got to put drink.
Exactly. It's a cartoon.
It's a creamy looking thing. It's so somebody screen. What's the difference between eggnog and Tom and Jerry? Version is called Tom and Jerry, and it really is just eggnog that someone from the 1800s decided to cook on the stove. Supposedly named,
Yep. Crazy Ann. That's one of the best silent films of our time. It's Tom and Jerry cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. I guess it's England. They call it a Tom and Jerry. I don't know. Some writer put it in there. I guess. Yeah. I didn't know what it was. It looked creamy. So anyway, Tom and Jerry. There we go. I guess this is worldwide, or Europe and U.S. or something. I think Mark's getting another airplane. Yep.
I don't hear it.
Well, he muted.
Yeah,
he has he's in the flight path.
It just banks right over the house.
Well, they use your house as a reference to line up on the runway.
Well, I mean, the wind's out of the southeast right now, so they're taking off and coming right over the house and then banking.
That's even worse when they're taking off, and because they have to actually step on it to that propulsion.
Exactly. So it's wide open, full afterburner sort of thing, and
Does it rattle the house at all?
No, it's not too bad in the house, but I'm in the garage right now with the garage doors open, the windows open, so it gets a little loud.
Oh, gotcha. So I got a battle coming up this weekend on Saturday. Actually, in a battle, Dan Shook from the Bourbon Junkies on my channel.
Oh, okay. Good luck with that one.
So that one's going to be pretty fun. We're gonna. I sent him a flight, and he sent me a flight, and we're gonna try to figure out like what we each other sent each other. So that's going to be pretty cool. We got to do that sometime.
Jody. I did it with Malt Muser. He sent me his 3 best scotches, or what he sent me, not necessarily the best we have, but what we thought the other person would like based on he's a Scotch drinker and I'm a bourbon drinker.
Yeah.
And so we sent each other 3 samples trying to convince the other one that bourbon is good or Scotch is good.
Oh, okay.
And it was like we call it a battle, but it's all in jest. It's fun.
Oh, no, this one has rules. You have my current favorite. One I think would be your favorite, so I'm sending it to you out of the flight, and it's a flight of 4. One of them has to be a store pick, and then the last one is, let's see, my favorite, your favorite, store pick, and then the last one, I think it's just open to like just whatever you want to send. I think there's another one to it, but
yeah, send something that may stump you that's really good.
I don't even know the rules to my own game. Let's see. Pick. What would I think be your favorite? I send you my favorite, and then 1 ounce would be favorite. Type of store pick. Bottle. Yeah, and I guess just a random one. I don't know why I would put a random one in there. It's probably in there somewhere, but we taste whether the questions are really simple. You know, like is it a rye or not rye?
Right.
You know, and then we give each other a proof point, and we have to guess whether it's above or below, and then we have to guess state of distillation, and then distillery and bottle. Distillery and bottles kind of, you know, nobody really gets that. I think I've got it once, maybe twice out of all the challenges and stuff like that I've done. But yeah, that one's the toughest one. That one's kind of a wash. But and then guessing, you kind of try to put something in there that you guarantee that the person you're going against is gonna like it above everything else. But you don't want to send like other ones that are not good as well, because you don't want to, like, you know, at least instant pours, you know.
So what about do you have a rule? Because you said distillery, I mean, but you know, in NDPs, you know, I don't really tend to go that route. I mean, I know Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfilters, you know, they're one of the bigger MGPs that does something good with the Midwest grain product, you know, stuff. The NDP, I mean, that does something with MGP.
Well, even like like I see you have Bell Mead, they do MGP. There's a lot of.
Oh, I've got several.
Oh yeah, well, they're no longer. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Nulu does MGP.
Yep.
But I mean, they're kind of like some of the other ones where they're now doing a bunch of finishings on their products. So
yep.
You never know.
Well, and some of them aren't exclusive MGP. Like they will procure from different distilleries. Like they'll get a barrel from somewhere, you know, undisclosed in Kentucky, and then they'll get MGP, and then they'll blend.
Yep.
There's so many different blends of MGP nowadays. I mean, there's like hundreds of different people that are using MGP juice.
Oh yeah.
Or there were. Now it's starting to get, since they're not giving away as much as they used to, since they sold out to Ross and Squibb or something now.
Yeah, MGP? Ross and Squibb. Well, they just I believe they just changed their name, right? It wasn't an actual buyout, was it?
It may have just been a controlling share or something, but you know, something like that. It's hard to say. But I am going to share this screen and spin this thing, because right at 8 o'clock I have to do the put me in, and that's where you and Mark are going to get to talk, because I have to pay attention to the chat. But
did you change anything that you were drinking, Mark?
I'm fixing to polish this one here off and go back to the uncut unfiltered.
Kitty 303.
I'll drink some of that with you.
This bottle is a little different than the last one. Well, the last one I got is a lot older bottle. This one is a batch number 159A. So it's this year's batch, September's batch actually. It's a little. I'm catching a little bit of like a sour note on the back end of this one for some reason. Oddly.
Yeah, this one was filled April 11th, 2022.
Okay, yeah, this is September 12th, 22.
We are doing the put me in any form or fashion. Type the words "put me in the chat, and I will write your name down for 10 entries to the quarterly draw. 5. I'm sorry, 5. We're not doing doubles.
Yep, I do like the uncut unfiltered though. It's a dang good bourbon.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean the aging they do there in Las Vegas and stuff is quite good.
And
It's not too dark.
Aaron's really straightforward on how he handles his whiskey and what his
Mhm.
plans are and everything. He's a good guy.
Oh yeah.
I have you in, Joe.
What's that?
I put you down for the put me in because I always put the guests in.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't put Chatio in. He couldn't spell put me in.
Oh, I said in any form or fashion.
Hey, cool running. Cheers.
All right, cool running. Type put me in there.
He did.
Oh, he did?
Cheers, buddy.
All right, I'll have to scroll back up and make sure I'm catching everything here. I've got Chatio, Big Daddy H, Crazy Ann, Kitty 303, Miss Great Shot, Art by Sparkle, Kathy Bates, Newfoundlander Ingalls Family, and Cool Running. If you have not typed it in, if I did not call your name, type it in there now. Put me in for 5 entries to the quarterly drawing.
Oh,
we're back to normal. No double entries. Not tonight.
Well, they wrote that one in there really odd. Looks like 56.68 proof. Or no, by volume.
All right, Fulton.
Drink's just a smidge hotter than that, oddly.
Yeah, this one's 57.57.
Nice.
I did write Lori down already too.
So just a little hard to read. I don't know if it'll pick up.
56.68.
Yeah.
That 8's a little weird.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Damn handwriting.
Must have had a dram or two before they wrote that one.
Yeah.
To me.
Well, when I went to shoot that documentary film in Franklin, Kentucky at Dueling Grounds, when we went into the back, in the far back where they had they don't age their barrels in-house, but he has some Founders barrels aging in there because he doesn't have the room. But back where those barrels were, there was a guy sitting back there handwriting every freaking bottle.
Oh, man.
Yeah, one guy sitting on a swivel stool, and he would and grab another one.
Dang.
Oh, Art by Sparkle. Here we go. I got to write this down.
Thank you, Art.
All right, we got that. Thank you. And yeah, we'll give this just a couple more minutes. Jimmy Lacari, I didn't see that come in. I'll have to write that one down.
And if anybody's interested on Saturday night, that's the link. Just hit the reminder button or something, and it'll let you know when that starts.
There you go. Yeah, I want to watch that because if we're going to do it, I at least want to watch and see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, I have like 12 other battles with like 12 other channels. So
yeah, and right now, so here my schedule right now is pretty hectic. But we I do the Thursday show, and I don't always get my weekly review out. I try, but sometimes life gets in the way, and happy wife, happy life, and I don't want to, I have to rake leaves all weekend or something. I say rake leaves. I have a lawn sweeper. I have to hook behind my lawnmower, but it fills up quick, and I have to go dump it, and that's the hard part. But yeah, I have to do stuff around here too. But after the first of the year in spring, I'm going to be doing a road trip, and I'm going to Arkansas, then to Dallas, then down to see Mark, and then I don't know if you're going with me or not, but hopefully you can. And we'll
Okay, I
go
will.
down and see
Old Humble.
Joe at Old
Yep.
Humble, then back up, and then back to Dallas, and then back to Arkansas, where I'm going
Yeah.
to
Yeah, I
finish it
definitely like to
out.
go do with you to go see Joe.
Yeah,
I'll man a camera for you.
there you go. Yeah, I'm not going to bring all the studio lights with me this time. I just it's too much, and I don't have confirmation. I might if I talk to Joe and he's like, yeah, come down and you can film or whatever. Because I don't have my storyboard yet to do that documentary because I haven't
Mhm.
interviewed him on the phone, so I can't say right now. But if he gets time in January, but I'm also talking to a guy who does store picks for River Point Liquor in Arkansas, and he's interested in the documentary shoot. So
Okay.
I don't want to do two at the same time,
Yeah.
and so I'm waiting to see what lines up because if I can shoot some video at River Point with Chase, then that'll be the start of it, and then I'm going to meet him in Kentucky when he does picks,
Okay.
and then I'll be able to shoot there and add that to the documentary film. So that's what I'm kind of looking at. So I don't want to commit to anything right now until I know what's going to line out. But I'll get around to doing Old Humble. I'll drive back down there.
Yeah. I'd like to go out there myself. It's not that far from me. You know, an hour and a half
Mm-hmm.
ish, 2 hours, something like that.
Yep.
But then I'm gonna see if I can get down to Still Austin and hang out there for a little while, talk with some of those folks, and see if I can get us a little toehold into there.
Yeah. And again, I'll stress this time and time again. I expect nothing. All I
Yeah.
expect is your time and accommodation. If we're going to shoot something, know ahead of time. I'm bringing studio lights. I'm bringing extension cords. I mean,
Mm.
just make some room somewhere. You know.
Oh yeah, there's spot in there. I've already been in there and checked it out once. I picked up a bottle of a Nancy Fraley pick for me, and then Whiskey
Nice.
Wars. He wanted one, so I picked him up one of those too and sent it to him. And
All right.
they
Well,
seem to be really relaxed, nice, nice place just to hang out and
yep.
relax. So I think it'd be all right.
All right. Well, I put me in, but let me read these names off one more time. And if we get a straggler come in here in the next few minutes, that's fine. Chatty O, Big Daddy H, Crazy Ann, Kitty 303, Sheba B, Mr. Great Shot, Independent Joe, Art by Sparkle, Kathy Bates, Newfoundlander Ingalls Family, Cool Running, Fulton Mraz, and Jimmy Lacari. You all got put me in for 5 entries to the quarterly drawing. If I did not call your name, you are not in. In the next few minutes, just type "put me in" and I'll get you in there. But right now we're on hot buttered rum.
Hey Joe, on your little challenge thing, do you have where you? I guess it's kind of like the one you send them. Do you pick? You think that it's going to be their favorite? So do
Yeah.
y'all kind of like pick out your favorite of the whole flight?
For this one, I kind of sent. I guess I don't know. I don't want to give
Well,
anything
don't say
away,
it.
but
Don't say it.
No, no, no.
uh, I,
Yeah.
I sent some pretty good whiskeys.
Yeah.
I think
Mm,
I think more than usual that I normally send. I also sent an extra one because I did this. I don't know if in the mash bill,
hmm.
him and I did a battle, and I sent him an extra bottle, but I didn't put the name on it. And I told him if he wins, then I'll tell him what he has to. Well, if he wins or loses, he has to take a sip, tell me what he thinks.
Hmm.
But if he loses, if he wins, I tell him what it is. If
Oh.
he loses, I don't tell him what it is.
Wow.
Oh, that's
So
rough.
and he may really really like it and wish that he
Yeah.
knew what it was. And
Oh, that's rough.
we went backstage and after the stream, and it was funny because I said, "So what did you think of that last pour?" And he was like, "Oh, it was pretty good." I said, "Yeah, I was just kidding about not telling you what it was. It's," and then I clicked off. And he was like, and he's in the background because you know how you can still see the background
Yeah.
when you close out. I can still see him, and he's like, oh hell no. He's like, what
That's that hardcore
That's awesome.
stuff, man.
That's the way to do it. That's great.
It
I
was
can stand
funny
it.
to
He's a
watch.
good guy.
Yeah, he's a really good guy.
He's a dang savant when it comes to
Rock
rock
and roll.
stuff. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. He's like Eddie Trunk, man. He nails it. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, he really knows his stuff when it comes to rock music and the history of it and all that. Yeah.
Mhm. All the different artists and everything else. I mean,
Mhm.
I know some artists down here. You know, there's a
Yeah.
few down here that I'm actually friends with. You know, like Broken Teeth and
Okay.
Dangerous Toys, and you know those kind of guys. I know those guys, but I've hung out with them. They're all just they're like normal folk, like everybody else. You know.
Oh yeah, that's all people are is normal
Yeah.
people. Well, not everybody's normal people, but you know.
Well, not everybody's normal. I'm a little
last month I got
slightly
to
skewed myself, but you know.
last month I got to see Elton John.
Oh yeah.
So that was pretty cool. He actually does a pretty good show, and don't worry, I wasn't one of the people that got thrown over a rail after one of his concerts or got beat up in the parking lot. I don't know if you saw that on the news. Somebody got beat up in the parking lot.
Yeah,
I don't. How do you get beat up at a parking lot in an Elton John concert?
But Joe, I don't see you as someone who gets beat up in the parking lot. Period.
Yeah.
Unless you piss off like 6 bikers or something. I mean, you know.
Well, I don't
like,
know.
No, my beard's longer than your beard.
How big a guy are you, there, Joe?
Oh, I'm not a big guy at all. It's
You look
optical illusion. I'm actually standing on a sturdy piece because I have to because there's a like carpet and stuff, and I don't want to because I stand here so much. I don't want to like put a big old
wore out spot in the floor.
It's wear out a spot. So I have like a little wood piece that sticks up about this high off the ground. So it makes me look taller than normal.
It's because he doesn't want to mess up the carpet. You know, there's also camera angles. You can lower it.
Yeah. Every time I went to the meet in Michigan, and everybody was like, I thought you'd be bigger.
Yeah.
So that was pretty fun meet. Met a lot of different channels and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. I got to meet quite a few different channels down here at the Bashers Ball.
Okay. Oh, nice. I've always wanted to go to those, but I think you have to be signed up with something. Is there something special you have to be signed up for that?
If you got to be a member of the Patreon or a guest. So I'm a member of the Patreon, so I could get you in as a guest. Not a problem.
There you go.
Whenever the next one is, let me know. I'll go there. I'll go there with you. Okay.
You have to go arm in arm.
October.
No problem.
Don't forget, Mr. Great Shot. You already said it.
Yeah, not a problem. I'll hook you up. Seriously, it's like that place is 20 minutes from me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I got to meet like Eric Waite, Whiskey Studies, and I hung out with Brian from Kilco Whiskey Musings.
Okay. Kilco. Yeah.
Who else?
He goes every year.
Meet a bunch of different people. Aquavite.
Okay.
He was there this time. Wow. He didn't make it last year, but he made it this year. Super nice guy. Oh man.
I'll wear whatever he wants as long as I'm getting dinner.
There you go. All right, I'm gonna share this.
Joe, you can stay with me. No worries.
Let's get. I didn't start
wait a
it.
minute,
There we go. We have 12 entries on the wheel. We are going to draw this thing. Good luck, everybody, for the 10 entries. We have 2 more after this, and the last one's worth 20.
Big Daddy H. Oh, it's still going.
Shit, landed
on. Hey, you won, Bourbon Bounty. Yeah, Bourbon Bounty won.
Yeah.
Jody won.
That was for
Lori.
And
Newfoundlander Ingalls family. Now that's their second win. If
Two for
they win
them.
again, they do get the entries. However, I will spin again, but I'll put a +10 on one of their other entries because I like to make sure everybody gets a chance at this. But feel free to keep entering because you do get the entries if it lands on you. Now I can start collecting.
Any whiskeys that have came out this year that you were like surprised with, that you were happy to get, like that were pretty good?
Well, nothing that, I mean, it was a limited distribution. The best one I got my hands on this year was Holland's Ghost out of Virginia. And it's a limited release. And what they did was they took their bourbon, and right up the road from them, there's a place that makes bourbon barrel aged stouts. And they sold them the barrels. They aged their stout. Then they got the barrels back and they aged their whiskey in it. And it's called Holland's Ghost, and it is fantastic. If you like finished bourbons, now it's a chocolatey finished goodness, but wow, that is the one that has just wowed me. Not really on some of the other stuff. I mean, I'm always looking forward with bated breath over the releases, like these quarterly releases that Booker's does, and that the I can't think of the name of it right now.
I didn't buy all the Bookers. I was gonna try and get more, but I decided I'm gonna whatever Booker's is in front of me, I'm gonna buy that one and I won't worry about the rest.
Right.
So I got one Booker's for last year, and then I also got their the To the Finish for the Little Book. That one's actually pretty darn good.
Yeah, Little Book's pretty good. I mean, they're getting up there in price. I mean, Little Book's usually around here 120 at the lowest.
Yeah, I think that's about how much I paid for it. So about 130-ish.
Yeah. But the Bookers, what I've kind of found out now, this isn't, don't hold me to this, but over the years, what I've kind of seen, in my personal opinion, is that third quarter release is usually the better one of the year.
Okay.
That's just the way that I've hit and missed on them.
I got the first one. I didn't get the other ones. Same thing with ECBP.
Yep.
I'll just buy one. I decided I'm not going to try to go after all three. I'm just going to buy one. This year was the second one for both Larceny and ECBP.
Barrel proof, yeah.
So I got the second one, the B522. Of each, and like somebody offered me the C922, and I'm like, I already got this. I'm not gonna, because I was like going crazy last year on
that's splitting hairs a lot,
chasing whiskeys, and I was like, this year I was like, I'm gonna kind of focus on picks and like local stores, try to give them a little bit of business because because I know some local stores, put a big price tag on certain whiskeys, but you find that one store that gets a lot of good stuff and still sells it at retail. You kind of want to be part of them, because when they come out with their picks, because the store I go to has picks. I just got to doing a dinner. The store I had, he texts me, he says, "Hey, you want to go to this dinner?" And it was for the Brooklotic. I'm not very big Scotch drinker, but I get those invites from some of these stores.
Sure.
And Brooklotic, Octomore, 13.1, 13.2, 13.3 dinner, and then like some of their lower levels, and then somebody else brought like distillery only releases, so like total of 9 different whiskeys just to drink and taste and new experience. I think that was too much peat for one night, because I wasn't. And I'm not a very big peat guy, so it was a lot of peat to handle, but it was cool being able to hang out and camaraderie and all that other stuff.
The cool thing with Brooklotic is not all their expressions are peaty. You got the classic Laddie. There's no peat in that.
The light blue can is not peated.
No.
And I think Port Charlotte 10 is
Well, yeah, that is.
the Port Charlotte 2013 are the 3 other ones that we had, and then the 3 that the other person brought was all
Oh, yeah,
peated stuff.
Yeah,
Really
the
good stuff
Octomores.
though.
Kathy Bates
I'm
she's gonna razz
starting
on you.
to lean in a little bit to some of the PD stuff, but not
Yeah,
very much.
I've seen Kathy on other streams of yours, and she likes to dig, but it's okay. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's all in fun, Kathy.
Have you had Kings County?
Kings County, yeah. Actually, I'll drink that one right now.
Joe's got everything.
Yeah. Have you had their peated bourbon?
I haven't.
Peated bourbon?
It is extremely lightly peated. It is so good. When you follow, let me present and share, and do this spin right quick, and then I'll talk about that. They sent me a couple of bottles of it, but good luck everybody on this drawing. This is still for 10, and then we'll get to the number 1. Fulton. Okay, that's Fulton second.
Yep, that's 2
We're
for
getting
him.
down to the number 1 draw here. I'm hearing feedback.
Yep, it's not me.
I just put the cork in, so maybe it was that.
All right, let me see here.
I have
I had to
one.
make this one difficult because most people would know what this was, so I had to add something to the
Cheers,
eggnog.
Kathy Bates.
So here we go. Eggnog, duh, is the number 1. So what I was going to say is Kings County sent me their regular bourbon and then their peated bourbon.
Okay.
And it's built off the same base. And it is very, very lightly peated. And so you don't really get smoke out of it at all, but it tempers that their regular bourbon's good, but it just smooths the edges off on it just a little.
I got you.
It was really, really good. I may just go ahead and send you a 1 ounce of that one just so you can compare it. And
Now,
it's very
I have
simplistic bottle. This is exactly what the crap looks like right here. It's not
Wow, that's dark, Joe.
Yeah.
They rely on the juice.
65%. It's at 130 proof.
Yep.
Dang. I have a.
This is out of New York, right, Jody?
Yep. New York.
That's the same one you have, Joe. Then. Wow, that's super dark. I have a Balcones that they peated, and I'm like, it's Texas whiskey. It can't be that peaty. Apparently, they sourced their peat from Lafroy or somebody, because holy crap, that stuff is like, it's straight up Band-Aid all up in your face.
Band-Aid.
It's super peaty. Oh my God. There was somebody on WhiskeyTube now that I'm supposed to send that bottle to, but he hadn't sent me his address yet. Because I'm like, you can have this whole bottle. I'm done with it,
Yeah, the thing with now Balcones does that, but the Garrison Brothers is just oaky as hell. I mean, they don't peat it, but it's just that Texas heat, and
it's just over oaked for me.
The
I've had
tannin,
a few bottles of Garrison Brothers that was really good. I mean, hell, me and my brother one time we sat around and we drank pretty much almost half a bottle one night because it was just so tasty. But it's from then I've had like probably 3 other bottles of their stuff, and I'm like, no, it's just not nearly as good.
I was almost thinking that they tried to beat nature and pressure age it. But they didn't. It's just that Texas heat,
Yeah, it's just what it is.
I don't know how Kings County
30-degree temperature changes in a day.
What's that, Joe?
I don't know how Kings County gets it this dark. It's because it's only 4 years old or more ish.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's super dark. That looks like Texas whiskey right there.
Yeah.
Now, what they sent me is not near that dark. It's not the foolproof either, though.
don't know which one. I think they're pretty close. I think the Texas
Yep.
whiskey's a little darker.
Maybe
From here it is. You probably can't see that on the
right,
screen.
but that is
Yeah.
definitely Garrison Brothers there. I mean,
Yeah.
I can tell. It's just that heat, and they just age it in that hot, you know.
So
Yep.
is this sourced whiskey or is it New
No,
York?
Kings County distills.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. Down here, you got to have something in a 53-gallon, cask, because I mean, even then, it's still you might get 2 to 3 years out of it in a cask. Otherwise, you're gonna have to do something with it, put it in bury it in the ground or something like that, because we have 30-degree temperature changes on the daily
Yep.
basis down here.
Well, I
So-
mean, you can't. There's nothing wrong with climate controlling your warehouse. Now you're going to have to charge $500 a bottle for your whiskey, but they're
Exactly. Yeah, they're not gonna do that. And then trying to jackhammer into the ground around here to put something below ground, it's not worth the hassle.
Yeah.
But the cooler,
unless you have a cave.
well, but Buffalo Trace has basement area,
Yeah.
and that's where they put the pappies and stuff. I mean, it's just cooler, longer aging.
Yeah.
And they'll put the cheaper stuff up on the top of the rig house. Heat rises, and of course they have vent fans pulling the heat out and all that type of stuff. But still, the McAfee's Benchmark, Buffalo Trace, even Buffalo Trace is up there, close to the top. I mean, Sazeracs and all. They move them up, and then all the other stuff comes down. Eagle Rare's a little lower, and then it comes on down.
Yep.
Yeah, I talked to one of the guys that worked there. I attended a online virtual thing. It was, the COVID thing helped a lot with certain aspects. Like there was no way I was going to be able to take off work and go to Buffalo Trace, in Kentucky.
Yeah.
But they did a Tuesday evening or Wednesday evening, virtual thing. You just had to be one of the first to sign up for it. I got in there, and then I went through that, and then emailed the guy and said, "Hey, I attended the thing," and then we got to talking. So that you never know when you're going to make a connection, and so now he's not a big wig there or anything, but he is a taster ambassador, type salesperson for them. So he knows a lot about the distillery. But we are on the final entry, eggnog, and this is worth 20 on the wheel. So let me share the screen.
I haven't got in. Oh well, too late.
Probably too late. We have 10
Too late.
entries. Here we go. Congratulations to whoever wins this. I think it's going to be Kathy Bates. What do you think? Nope, it's Cool Running.
Cool
Cool running. Yeah.
Excellent.
Cool Running. With the 20 entries, congratulations. Let the confetti die down. We will stop
Cheers,
sharing.
buddy.
Nice.
Cheers.
Cool
And
Run.
that was the last one for tonight.
Cheers.
And we have a few more minutes here. But no, what I want to do, Joe, in the future here, when things settle down and you settle down, because you said you have 18 battles lined up or whatever. I'd like to have you back on the show, but I'll come on with you. We can do the battle.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
maybe you can come on here after that, and we can let everybody know how it went.
Yeah, the Whiskey Fancies actually sent me this.
Wow.
Wow.
So because I normally do the 12 days of Christmas, and I try to figure out every year how I'm going to do it. Last year I just did random bottles. Well, this year they got me covered, so I didn't have to. I didn't have to try to figure out what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the Whiskey Fancies. I'm going to do them blind. The tags are on them to tell me what they are, so I'll just have to cover it up and then pour it, and then figure out what they are. But
awesome.
That's going to be fun to do.
Did they send you 12 days of scotch?
I knowing them, because they do have, they love scotch. Actually, their Advent that they're doing now is all scotch.
Yep.
So
I've seen some of them.
So I'm assuming some of those might be Scotch, and I'll probably be like, "What the heck is this?"
You know what? I may do
Yeah.
that next year. I may do the Advent.
Yeah,
That's pretty
And
nifty, you know, because even so, you could mix in a bourbon, a
yeah,
whiskey, a
mhm.
rye, a
yeah,
Scotch, an
yeah.
Irish, you know, and just mix
Yeah.
it all up. So you never know what you're actually going to get. That would be
Oh, that would
awesome,
be
I would
great because I
think.
have this whole other stuff on this other shelf over here. I don't
Oh
even
yeah,
put on
exactly.
camera,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, see, I'm lazy, so I don't do the whole 25 days. That's why I always do the 12 days before
Yeah.
Christmas. It's supposed to be the 12 days of Christmas, but I call it
Right.
20 days before Christmas. And then of course Christmas is there, and I won't do a video on Christmas, but yeah, that's it, 12 days I think is a reasonable amount, so I'm not drinking every day
Yeah.
for 25 days
There you go.
straight.
Well, it's one shot. It's 1 ounce. I mean, you know, like,
Yeah, you know, one ounce. That's not that bad.
Well, normally I can't say which one it is. It might be all of them, but each one of these whiskeys is a gateway whiskey to the next whiskey.
you're right.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
I've
I
been
like to
there.
limit myself as much as possible.
I got
But
you.
I've been trying to pump out like videos. Trying to get to 200 videos.
Mhm.
I think
Mhm.
I need 18 more videos to get to 200 videos. So
Well, speaking of, and I should have shouted this out earlier. You're at what, 700 and something subs?
I'm not sure.
I think so, man. I'm gonna throw a shout out, but I'm gonna throw it out here on the show too. If you're not subbed to Indpndt Joe, coolest logo in the world, go over there. He's got some good reviews and good videos coming out, and do that. And I will also send out on my social media links, and we'll see what we can get you.
I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Especially when we do our battle. I mean, that's going to be fun. I think everybody should tune in for that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
So,
we can come on here after that, after we do the battle, and then we
yeah.
can discuss
There you go.
how badly I got skunked.
Well, and also I'm not like, I got rid of, I used to go on at a certain time. I stopped doing that.
Hmm.
And now I go with whatever's convenient, and it's only once a month,
Okay.
So now I've been trying to and that's mainly because I'm trying to pump out these videos to try to get to 200 videos by the end of the year. But so whenever like you have a schedule, whenever you have time, I don't care what time it is, we can set that up for that time.
Okay.
And whoever's going, hey, they got their views, they got their people,
Yeah, they got their
you know,
folks.
No
and
worries.
it nobody owns time.
Nah.
I've learned that, people getting upset about like when people
Nah.
go and stuff like that.
Nah,
You
that
know,
don't make a difference.
Never
Yeah,
get upset about that. I mean, and I used to tell people all the time, this is a community, not a competition.
yeah, definitely,
know.
definitely. That's it, and I definitely
Thank you,
agree with
Sparkle.
that. I appreciate you, Art by Sparkle.
Yep, and
Yeah.
we're
Sorry,
past
Joe,
time here.
about,
I try to end this right at 8:30. I
Okay.
lost track of time, but stick around, man. We'll hang out in the basement just for a minute or two.
Okay.
But
Okay.
guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast.
Cheers, Kitty.
Thanks for joining, and cheers, everybody. I hope you had a great time.
Cheers.